Hey, I'm Oscar Hazelden, and it's a privilege for my wife Elizabeth and I to be here tonight. We wouldn't miss it for the world. And I prepared a couple thoughts, but Elliot talking about the two fingers made me think of a story. Corey and I were at the 2005 Clemson versus Miami game, double overtime. Clemson, that was before they knew how to win a lot. And so we're sitting there, and there was a big old Miami fan in front of us. Well, they got out to a big lead, and Clemson came coming back. And Corey's like, he's panicking, he's panicking. And so this dude just doesn't even turn, this big old dude from Miami, doesn't even turn around, he just puts his finger up. And Corey said, well, you can hit the panic button with that finger if you want to, but you're still panicking. Oh man, we run right there, the panic button. As I thought about tonight, and I thought about our friendship, and I thought, kind of put some words down, I had this strange experience, and I bet a lot of y'all can relate. I have no idea when we became friends. It feels like we've been friends forever. And that's what it's like. I mean, 5 minutes after meeting you, you feel like you've just been friends your whole life. And that's a really special feeling. Now, I know where we became friends. I worked at East Coast Honda. You were working at East Coast Honda. He was the run of the detail department. I was trying to sell cars. The problem was I just wasn't any good at it. So I got an unemployee of the month 3 times in a row, and then they got promoted me to work elsewhere. So I didn't have a ton of reason to go back to the detail department, because you only do that when you sell cars. But I found a way, because I love this guy from the get-go. He loves sports, so kind, such a hard worker. The biggest thing is so trustworthy. You just had that feeling from the get-go. Just such a trustworthy person. Now, I don't know if you know much about the car business or about car salesmen in general, but when you find someone that's really trustworthy, it just sticks out, Is you and other guy, East Coast Honda's Don Proctor. But I'm not going to start telling stories about him. You'd end up being 51 by the time we left that here. But that's where we met, and Corey is my go-to joke guy. Okay, so I've laughed more with you than any other person on this earth the last 15 years. When I hear a good joke, my first thought is I gotta tell Corey. He's usually my first call. Sometimes I won't even retell the joke until I've had a chance to tell you. And I know it's good when he laughs, but I know it's a great joke when he says, oh, I got to call my uncle and tell him that. That's when I know that's a good one. Speaking of uncles and laughter, I think the hardest I ever heard him laugh, it had to do with the fact that I call him Uncle Corey. So our oldest son, Tennyson, he was born here, we lived here, and Miss Ludi actually helped keep him the first year and a half of his life. And when he first went over there, he was 7 pounds, and when he left, he was 48 pounds. A week and a half. And then our son, Tennyson, we should have got a picture, but he's over there kissing Angel. I'm like, man, do they have any more spots over there? Eating good, I'm eating terrible. I find out what he's eating over there. I'm going to switch places with him. But Tennyson knows Corey, of course, and then we moved to Columbia in 08. And so it came about that I think Corey was somewhere, and he was going to be coming through Columbia, and he was going to stop by the house. So I was telling our boys, Uncle Corey's coming. And so our second son, Asher, he was about 3. He's trying to figure this out. So he says to me, he had a little list. He said, is he really our uncle? I said, well, he's not uncle like blood, but he's uncle like we love him like he's our family. I love him just like family. So in that sense, he's our uncle, your uncle. And I hear my old Tennyson, who's about 7, say to Asher, who's about 3, he says, we just call him Uncle Corey. He's not really our uncle. Trust me, bro, he looks nothing like us. And I called Corey, and he gave it the special blessing, which is he had little tears coming out of his eyes. Now that's when you know that it's good, because he's shaking his head, wiping his eyes. And now I can picture if he was in our family photo, he looks like a Dallas Cowboy, and I look like Jason Garrett, you know? But I'll wrap up with this. Speaking of family, this is what I want to say, and it could be a little bit strange, but I got to be honest with you. You know, the Apostle Paul said that a person may die for a righteous man, but for a good man, one may dare even to die. I remember, I don't know when it was, because I don't know how long we've been friends, but after conference, we're talking and we're laughing, and I remember thinking on that phone, if there ever came a time that I needed to lay my life down for you, I would do it. I really would. Now, I'm not looking to test that theory tonight. I don't want Elizabeth to get mad at me and say, hey, you remember what you said about Corey? You know? But man, if it came down to it, and that's really the greatest thing I can say, is that I can't say that about really anybody else outside of my family, but you're the kind of guy that engenders such love that people will be willing to sacrifice that because you're just easy to love. So if we could, would y'all mind, let's celebrate and toast to everybody's Uncle Corey, because he's somebody who's started out